Welcome back. All right, so news of the day video for all you fine people for your Friday, August 28th or 26th. And we're getting close to the end of August, which means we're not far out from September, which means training camp, and then in October the season gets started anew. It's been a really fun summer. Looking forward to getting into training camps because that's where we'll see some of the guys who have yet to be signed, the stragglers that are still out there, getting signed either to professional tryouts or teams finding a way to get that cap space so they can sign those players. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in talking about Vegas to start things off. So Vegas is always a topic of conversation, it seems. That's never a boring team. Their 5-year existence, there's never been a season where we're like, well, that's kind of a boring year from Vegas, wasn't it? They're very newsworthy. So for the Vegas Golden Knights, their goaltending has been a question mark since the news came out that Robin Leonard's going to miss the season. My speculation was you go with Brossoit and Thompson. Now Kelly McCrimmon coming out and saying they're going to go with Brossoit and Thompson. And this is really a matter of, and I've seen comments too with other, especially with the season previews of, well, this team needs to go out and get a really good goaltender. This team needs a premier goaltender. Those really good goaltenders aren't on the market. And if they hit the market, they're going to be very, very expensive. So the Vegas Golden Knights, who I'm sure at least picked up the phone and called somebody about goaltending, they're going to go with Thompson and Brossoit to start the season, and we'll see how all that goes for them. I do wish them the best because, again, seasons with Vegas are never boring, so hopefully they stay in the hunt, and we know how divisive the Vegas Golden Knights tend to be amongst hockey fans, so yeah, I'm looking forward to more of that debate about Vegas and all that fun stuff. All right, next up, Trevor Zegras. So of course the cover art or the cover athlete for NHL 23, and the cover athlete has never meant less. And the reason I say that is simple. Most people are getting games through digital downloads. People aren't buying physical copies of games as much as they used to. And, I've seen with some games, it's like 70-75% digital downloads. So the cover really isn't important. And in this case, with Trevor Zegras, it's because they've added his assist that he got last year, the passing of the puck. The way that he passed it out, Milano bats it out of the air, that's now a play you can do in the game. And it's interesting because in the announcement for this, they also said that the idea of doing the Michigan was something they debated about because it looked arcadey, and they were concerned that if they put it in the game, say 5 years ago, that players would contact them and say this isn't something we do. But now that that's more of an accepted play, that's part of the game. Now that's in the game, and now they've added the Zegras as well. So I'm not sure which combination of buttons. It's probably just mash your face into it and L and R and whatever else, and probably get your foot in there. But at any rate, it's now available, and I'm sure there won't be any exploitation of said move by people online, right? There's a reason I don't play online. So yeah, not that I played. I don't even know. Did I even play NHL 22? I don't think I did. I don't think I actually ever loaded it up, got rosters going, and actually started playing the game. So I got it, I downloaded it, and then never played it. So that's my level of excitement for NHL 23 right there. And adding the Zegras does not excite me further. I have no intention of buying the game, and that's where I'm at now. It's a time thing, right? Where every night I'm watching all the hockey games, so I don't really have the time to play the game that I used to, because during the morning, of course, there's video stuff to be done. I just don't have the time. All right, that being said, I do hope NHL 23 is fantastic. I hope people enjoy doing the Zegras move, and that they've fixed mechanics. Again, the cover athlete's the least of your concerns with NHL games. It really is about fixing issues with the game. So, yeah, there you go. Next up, Pierre Dorion, general manager for the Ottawa Senators, when asked about the fact that Brannstrom and Formenton are not signed, he's not concerned. He says they should be signed before training camp. Training camp is in 3 weeks. We are 3 weeks away from players being at training camp. That being said, there are already players on the ice at various facilities, getting into shape and practicing on their own. So it's a fun time. I'm looking forward to seeing all the guys coming together, and again, see who ends up on tryouts, see who ends up where. But apparently for Ottawa Senators fans, don't worry. Both Brannstrom and Formenton should be signed before training camp. And I don't have any reason to think Dorian's necessarily lying about that either. I don't think he would come out and say it unless it was going to happen. I'll say like 85-90% chance likelihood, I would think. I mean, there's always that chance that things fall apart until you've got their pen on their name on a contract. I don't even know if it's done with pen and paper anymore. It might be done all digitally. But anyways, hopefully they're signed because Brannstrom, it feels like, could be on the verge of a good season. Formenton had a good season last year, and this is a key year. So both players, it's a key year for. We'll see how things turn out for them. Also, the Philadelphia Flyers, who always seem to be trending on Twitter when I load it up, they did sign Wade Allison, 2 years, $785,000 per season. I like Wade Allison. I hope he has an injury-free season and gets a chance to get into the lineup regularly. I think he's got a good energy level. I think he's a good player. And so we'll see what happens with him and the Philadelphia Flyers. Low expectations for the Flyers, who also signed Linus Hogberg to a 1-year NHL contract for $750,000 at the NHL level. I didn't see whether it's a one-way or a two-way, but Hogberg got into a handful of games on the blue line for Philadelphia. We'll see if he gets an expanded role this year. They're going to be an interesting team to watch because the team's plans don't seem to line up with the expectations that everybody else has for the Flyers. Most of those expectations being, how low can you go? And in the Flyers' case, it feels like by, I'll say, end of November, the Flyers may be full bore into the Bedard hunt. They might just be moving players out here and there with the idea of it'd be a shame if we got Connor Bedard, because Philadelphia is a team that could absolutely use a dynamic forward like Bedard being brought into their prospect system. That being said, I hear myself saying it out loud, and it's like every organization would enjoy having Bedard. The Avalanche, if they had a chance to draft Connor Bedard, would probably say, sure, yeah, we'll take Bedard. Sure, thanks. Not even ask why they're allowed to take him. Just say, yeah, run. Just draft him and run. All right, the Women's Worlds got underway yesterday. They, of course, were delayed from the winter, and there was a lot of discussion and arguments because initially they were reported to be canceled, and then it was postponed. Yesterday, the U.S. beat Japan 10-0, which is part of the reason why the round robin's tough. And the U.S. and Canada are in the same group, so they're going to meet in the round robin, and then you got to think it'll probably be the gold medal game as well. Canada beat Finland 4-1 in what was a close game. Hungary defeated the Germans 4-2, and Sweden beat host country Denmark 5-2. There are 2 games on today. Neither of those games involving likely contenders for medals. The one criticism with the women's hockey games has always been that it's USA and Canada, and then there's just everybody else. And I think for this tournament to really have that excitement and the intrigue, you need to have at least 4 or 5 teams that can compete for those top 2 medals. And so it's a battle that they continue to wage. And so we'll see how this tournament goes for the Women's Worlds. And we'll see what the numbers look like when it's all done. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.